Alright, in this video we're going over the new top 5 underrated guns here in Modern Warfare 3 Season 3 as of right now. I also have 2 meta class setups that back these setups up just in case you need to really drop your first MGB nuke. So if that sounds good to you, feel free, drop a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, and those notifications. Let me know down in the comment section right now, what is your favorite underrated gun or any gun to use here in multiplayer currently? For class setup number 1, we're taking a look at the BP-50. This assault rifle is very misunderstood. I feel like people run this like a long range AR, but in reality, you should be rocking it as an AR SMG hybrid. Now for the muzzle, we are going to be returning to the VT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor. It's funny because I almost never recommend this on assault rifles anymore, but this is going to work out great on the BP-50, allowing us to have improved recoil control, bullet velocity and range, and keeping us off the radar 24/7. That's going to be very important for this class setup because we are getting in their spawn and taking people out. Now don't get it twisted. You still can get in long range engaged with this class setup because it is going to have very low and controllable recoil. Now we are going to be rocking a barrel on this setup, and ironically we are going to rock the Lore 9 heavy barrel. The BP-50 has a weird recoil pattern that we're going to have to go ahead and smooth out, iron out completely, so we can use it at any all ranges, but primarily at those close ranges. This is going to be a good attachment, improving that firing, aiming stability, recoil control, gun kick control, and more bullet velocity and range, just in case you do get into those medium to long range gunfights with this assault rifle. We are running an underbarrel on this setup, and I highly recommend you guys rocking the FTAC MSP98 hand stop. This is a perfect attachment specifically on the BP-50, not only bumping up our medium range combat, but close range where this weapon is going to be dominating. We have improved movement speed as well as aim walking speed, which is huge, as well as improved vertical recoil control as well as gun kick control. We can seriously walk around, aim down sight, ready to win each and every gunfight with this class setup, and that's why I personally love the BP-50. We are not going to be rocking a magazine on this build. The 45 round mag seems nice in theory, but it's seriously going to be slowing on the ADS speed to the point where you really shouldn't even be running it. Otherwise, there really is no point running this assault rifle. We are going to be rocking a rear grip on this loadout, and we are going to be utilizing the TRS IV grip tape. This is going to be a good attachment on the BP-50, improving our firing, aiming stability, recoil control, as well as gun kick control. As you guys can see here, the CCG tack tape as well as the Hitbox 90 grip tape are decent choices, but what we really need to do is improve that recoil control so this weapon is as easy to use just in case we get into a mid-range gunfight. This is going to be a great attachment to have at your disposal. And then finally, we are going to be running a stock on this setup, and the Moat 40 stock is going to be phenomenal, pumping up more gun kick control, aim down sight speed, which is phenomenal. I absolutely love this attachment. Is doing this. Aim walking speed again. Yes, thank you, as well as recoil control. A fantastic attachment that checks off all boxes, close range, medium range, as well as longer ranges. We are not running an optic on this setup because you're going to see here the iron sights are phenomenal. There's no need to go ahead and waste an attachment slot even if we had availability. Once you jump in the firing range, you're going to see this is going to be a nasty class setup because we do have a respectable ADS, but look at the ADS speed while walking. This is why this is nasty. You can seriously walk around, aim down sight, and be prepared to win each and every gunfight with an assault rifle that's going to handle like an SMG. Absolute W. For the remainder of the build, we are going to be utilizing the Renetti. I now run the Renetti on each and every class setup with this specific loadout for this weapon. You have to rock the conversion kit. The Jack Ferocity Carbine kit is overpowered on the Renetti, transforming it into a submachine gun. It's not kind of like a submachine gun. It is a full-blown SMG that is dominating at any and all ranges. We are also going to rock the 50 round drum here so we can take out more than one player at the same time. I've dropped 4 people in one magazine with this multiple times. This is disgusting. We also are going to be rocking the exoskeletal vertical grip here, not only bumping up that long range performance, we also are getting improved aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. I mean, this is crazy on this pistol submachine gun. I don't know why I'm saying air quotes on submachine gun pistol class setup. We also have on the compensated flash hider here, which is overall gonna be helping us out at those longer ranges, because yes, we can use this pistol at longer ranges, and we also are gonna be helping out our ability to go out at longer ranges as well with the sight reflector, which is gonna be a nice attachment to have at your disposal. Once you jump in the firing range, you're gonna see that this is gonna be stupid. I mean, I don't understand why it is that good. Yes, the recoil is going to be kind of slight up and to the right, but this is going to be a straight secondary that you fall back on at close range. They're going to be dead before the recoil pattern even starts to kick in, which is why the Renetti is so dang overpowered. We are rocking munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, bone conduction headset to hear footsteps and gunfire a lot easier, ghost to keep us off the radar because both of these class setups are going to be suppressed, and we do have on the comms vest, which is the absolute best vest in the entire game, pretty much giving us a 24/7 UAV. Every time you kill somebody, run over their body, they're dropping a radar beacon letting you know where everybody is at in your general vicinity. And because most of the maps in Modern Warfare 3 are small and the spawns are horrible, somebody is always in your general vicinity. Do not sleep on the BP-50. It is a very, very underrated assault rifle. I think a lot of you guys are going to enjoy this class setup, especially if you're looking to shake up the current meta. For class setup number 2, we're taking a look at the AMR-9. This is a very underrated SMG that ironically received a buff in the recent update. I don't know why people are not running this. This is a great SMG because we have a lot of attachments that work fantastic with each other. Now, we are starting off with a barrel on this build, and we are going to be rocking the micro integral suppressor. This is a great attachment, not only going ahead and moving us off the radar, but we are taking advantage of improved sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, and aim walking speed. This is going to be a submachine gun you can use if you're trying to run and gun, and also kind of have a free 6 attachment slot that you could go ahead and use for long range combat. So definitely do not sleep on the AMR-9 with the micro integral suppressor. Now, we are going to be running an underbarrel because, again, the muzzle is going to be restricted. We already have it integrated. And for the underbarrel, we are going to be rocking the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop. You're going to see if we are running a class up that doesn't have a long barrel or a barrel that's going to be improving that recoil control, gun kick control, we are going to be rocking the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop because it's going to act as kind of that barrel substitute. We have improved gun kick control, vertical recoil control, and to our surprise, we also have sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. It's going to be a good attachment on the AMR-9 because the buff went ahead and made this weapon even better. Yes, even better at those close medium ranges. We're going to go ahead and double up on that, making it even more effective. Now, we are going to be rocking a magazine on this loader, and you do have 2 options. You can go all out and rock the 100 round drum, or you can keep it the modest approach and rock the 50 mag. Both are phenomenal choices, but we're gonna be rocking the 50 because we are gonna be moving and grooving with this class setup, and we do not want to have the added weight as well as the slowing down of the sprint to fire speed with the 100 round drum. So this is gonna be a good attachment to have for the AMR-9. Do not sleep on either of these. They're both good, but if you want a more aggressive class setup, the 50 round is gonna be the way to go. Now, we are gonna run an optic on this setup because the iron sights are less than desirable. They're pretty difficult to use, especially at those medium ranges, and realistically, you can run the medium range gunfights quite often with a submachine gun, depending on the routes you're taking on maps. It's better to be safe than sorry. We're going to be utilizing the Jack glasses here, which is going to be perfect, not only giving us a clean optic picture, but also bumping up that firing aiming stability and less visual recoil. So it's going to be a lot easier to use at those medium longer ranges, just in case you do get into those gunfights. And then finally, we are going to be rocking a stock on this setup. I do recommend going ahead and rocking the Wolfhound carbine stock. This is going to be a nice attachment, improving even more gun kick control as well as recoil control on this submachine gun. I have to go ahead and call this kind of the mini M4 because it looks like the M4, but it's going to be suppressed in an SMG format. Once you jump into the firing range, you're going to see this is going to be a nasty build because we have a fast ADS. We do have a pretty respectable aim walking speed, and obviously the recoil control on all my class setups is going to be very controllable. This is something that you're going to be enjoying if you're looking for a submachine gun you can run around with, but at the same time take people out at those medium to longer ranges as well. For the remainder of the setup, we are still going to be rocking the Renetti, the absolute best secondary in the game right now. We have on the same class setup with the conversion kit, the 50 round drum. We are running the SL skeletal vertical grip. We have the compensated flash hider, and we are rocking the slate reflector to go ahead and give us a cleaner optic picture. And do not forget to equip the munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, bone conduction headset, Ghost TV camo, as well as the good old comms vest. This is overall a fantastic class that you guys cannot go wrong with. Check out the ARMR9 if you're looking to shake up the meta. This weapon received a buff, so there's absolutely no reason to try something new for once. Now, for class setup number 3, we're taking a look at the SOA Subverter. It is a crime people are not running this battle rifle. The reason people do not run the SOA Subverter is because it's in the battle rifle category. If this was an assault rifle, everybody would be running it. Now, we are starting off with a muzzle, and we are going to be rocking the compensated flash hider here. This is going to be a great attachment on this battle rifle, improving that vertical recoil control, horizontal recoil control, firing aiming stability, which is huge here, as well as keeping us off the radar for a short period of time. This is a great attachment because we're locking in all ranges: close range, medium range, long range, and you cannot say you can do that with every single battle rifle here in Modern Warfare 3. That's why this is one of the most underrated guns in the entire game, and I don't know why people are not running it. Now, we are going to be skipping over the barrels altogether on the setup. You're going to see exactly why we don't need to rock a barrel on the SOA Subverter. It's going to be very controllable without them, so do not fear. We don't need it. We are going to be rocking an underbarrel on this build, and I do recommend running the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop. The same philosophy I have with a lot of the SMGs as well as ARs. When it comes to running the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop, if you're not running a long barrel is going to be applied to this weapon as well, improving that gun kick control, vertical recoil control, as well as sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. Because it is a battle rifle, definitely bumping up the sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed is going to be top priority, so it feels more like an assault rifle. Definitely do not sleep on this attachment. Now, the only thing that is negative about the SOA Subverter is we have to run a magazine, because by default the battle rifles are handicapped in the capacity department. The 30 round magazine would be a great option here, bumping up that capacity, keeping it in line with the other ARs. This is pretty much going to transform this weapon into an assault rifle, so definitely have this on your setup. It is decent without it, but at the same time, I ain't gonna lie, that 20 round mag does get annoying. Once you bump it up to 30, all problems are gone. Now, we are gonna be going ahead and rocking a stock on this build. I do recommend going ahead and rocking the Motion V2 heavy stock on the SOA Subverter to improve that recoil control as well as gun kick control. All of the cons we have kind of picked up with this attachment, we kind of corrected with some of the other attachments on this class setup, so do not fear about the aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed reduction. We want to have that recoil control and gun kick control to this weapon as accurate as possible at those longer ranges. And then finally, we are going to be rocking an optic on the setup. Now, we are not going to be running the jet glasses optic on the SOA Subverter. We are also not rocking the slate reflector. Instead, we're going to go ahead and run an attachment that works out flawlessly on this weapon, and that's going to be the 2.5x optic. This is going to be a good option because we're not going to have any of the consequences of running a long range optic, those being glint. With the Corio Eagle Eye 2.5x, all we're getting is that magnification, and the cons are going to be irrelevant because we don't pick up any glint. So this is going to be a massive W of an attachment. Once you jump into the fire range, you're going to see this is going to be a ridiculous loadout, because even though we have an optic, I mean, look how fast the AES is, and this gun is going to be unbelievably controllable at those medium and longer ranges. That's where the SOA Subverter is going to be dominating at, and because it's a battle rifle, we're going to be able to outgun a lot of the other ARs just because it's going to be outclassing them at those ranges, but still have AR handling capabilities. This is a great setup. Now, this is going to be a good build to back up with the good old Renetti, and obviously we have the same loadout as before with the conversion kit, transforming it into a submachine gun. We have on the 50 round drum, we're rocking the SO skeletal vertical grip, we have the compensated flash hider, and we are also rocking the slate reflector here. This is going to be a good weapon to pick up, especially if you are running those close range engagements that the SOA Subverter might be lacking in. So if you know somebody is like around the corner and they could have a WSB Swarm, or they could have, you know, a Striker or something like that, pull out that good old Renetti. We're rocking munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, bone conduction headset, Ghost TV camo, and the good old comms vest. This is going to be a great setup that people are not running. Don't be like those people. Rock this, reap the rewards, and absolutely dominate with this kick-ass battle rifle. Now, for class setup number 4, we're taking a look at the Ram 9. This submachine gun also received a buff this update, but for some reason, people are not running it. I believe it's because everybody is still hopped up on the WSP Swarm as well as the Rival 9. This will walk all up and down those weapons, especially at medium ranges. For the first attachment, we are rocking a muzzle, and the compensated flash hider is going to be the way to go to bump up that close range, medium range, and long range performance. We're improving our firing aiming stability, horizontal recoil, vertical recoil, and taking ourselves off the radar for a short period of time. Absolutely amazing. Now, we are not going to run a barrel on this build. These are all enticing options, but they just aren't gonna make that much of a difference. We have some other attachments we have to equip instead. Now, we are running an underbarrel, and because we are not running a barrel, the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop is gonna be very, very important to improve not only our long range performance, but close range performance. We have improved sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, vertical recoil control, as well as gun kick control. Definitely a great attachment to have whenever you're not running a long barrel on your weapons. We're not running ammunition, we're not running a magazine. We are going to be running a rear grip though, and I do recommend running the Retort 90 grip tape to improve that firing aiming stability, gun kick control, as well as recoil control. Overall, a great attachment to have on the Ram 9 to keep this weapon very easy to use, and so we can outgun WSP Swarm and also Rival 9 users. Those are going to be the main SMGs we're going after with this specific class setup. Now, we are going to be rocking a stock on this loadout as well. I do recommend running the HVS 3.4 pad. You cannot go wrong with this, improving even more recoil control. We're also taking advantage of gun kick control, aim idle sway, and firing aiming stability. The cons are completely irrelevant. We're still gonna be able to move and groove with this class setup, so do not worry about that. And then finally, we are gonna run an optic on here. It's funny because the Ram 7 has the same iron sight, but I don't like to run the iron sight on the submachine gun version. I find this weapon a lot easier to run when you have the Jack glasses, because we are gonna be taking advantage of a cleaner optic picture, firing aiming stability, as well as less visual recoil, overall making the submachine gun incredibly easy to use. And from the fact that we have to compete against the WSP Swarm as well as the Rival 9, it's not a bad option to have at your disposal. Once you jump in the firing range, like all my SMG class setups, we have a fast ADS, a respectable aim walking speed, and we are going to be having a very, very, very controllable recoil pattern. This is going to be a disgusting submachine you guys cannot go wrong with. The reload is fast, everything's fast about it, and it is controllable at those ranges that the WSP Swarm and the Rival 9 are also going to be good at. So it's a nice substitute. Once you go ahead and create that, definitely have the ready at your disposal. Same exact class setup. We have the conversion kit. We are utilizing the 50-round drum. We have the exoskeletal vertical grip. We're rocking the compensated flash header on here as well, and we also have the slate reflector. Overall, a kick-ass class setup. Now we have the munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, bone conduction headset, ghost to keep us off the radar, and obviously the good old comms vest, the absolute best vest in the entire game. The Ram 9 is nasty. They buffed it, so there is absolutely literally zero reason to not give this a try right now. And finally, for class setup number 5, we are taking a look at the MTZ-556. This is another underrated AR that has snaked its way back into the meta. I couldn't be even more happier. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to be going ahead and rocking the VT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor. It's going to be a good attachment on the MTZ, bumping up that recoil control, bullet velocity and range, and also taking advantage of removing ourselves from the radar. We can take people out at close range, medium range, long range, you name it. This is going to be a phenomenal assault rifle after the MCW nerfs, as well as the Holger 556 nerfs. Let them go ahead and give this a try. Now, we are going to be rocking a barrel on this build, and I personally like to rock the MTZ Rowan XL 356. If you want to have the lowest recoil MTZ 556 loadout, which I know for a fact you guys definitely want to have done to your setup, make sure you guys have this, improving that recoil control, gun kick, and aim idle sway. Everything that we're getting from this barrel is going to be phenomenal. Make sure we have a point and shoot solution. You don't have to worry about controlling the recoil one bit, and that's going to be a massive W under the assault rifle category. Now for the underbarrel, we are going to be going ahead and rocking the Bruin heavy support grip here to completely, and I really do mean completely, smooth out recoil pattern. We're taking advantage of improved gun kick control, aim idle sway, horizontal recoil, and firing aiming stability. Even though we have a bunch of recoil controlling attachments on this class, the MTZ is going to be a fast AR, so we can run and gun, and we're not going to feel the impact of the slower aim down sight speed. Definitely go ahead and rock this on your class setup. I'm putting air quotes around aim down side speed, slower aim down side speed. You're not going to feel it whatsoever. Now we are going to be rocking a stock on this class. I do recommend running the MTZ Marauder stock. Some people like to go ahead and rock the close quarter stock. Nah, I'm telling you guys this right now, this is the stock to run if you want to have zero recoil. More recoil control as well as gun kick control. This is exactly what we need to have happen with this class setup. And to finally go ahead and wrap this setup off, we are going to be rocking an optic. You guys guessed it, the Jack Glassless is going to be phenomenal on this AR, improving that firing aiming stability, giving us a clean optic picture and less visual recoil. Once you jump in the firing range, you're going to see that we have a class setup. Like I said previously, this gun is fast by default. We have a respectable ADS, and obviously it is going to be a point and shoot solution. This is going to be a great AR that, after all of the other nerfs, is now part of the hard assault rifle meta. We are going to be going ahead and running it back with the Renetti. This is going to be my staple secondary now with the conversion kit. We are using the 50 round drum here. We have the exoskeletal vertical grip. We have the compensated flash hider, and we are also going to be rocking the slate reflector on this loadout. And do not forget to have munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, bow conduction headset, as well as Ghost TV camo equipped as your gears, and the comms vest, which is going to be amazing on this class setup, giving us a 24/7 UAV. Every time you kill somebody, run over their body, they are dropping a radar beacon, letting you know where everybody is at. This is a phenomenal setup. Do not sleep on the MTZ. It is a part of the hard Modern Warfare 3 meta. Now, if these 5 class setups did not go ahead and satisfy you, you're looking for something that's a little bit more meta, I do have an FJX HORUS class setup. This is a brand new submachine gun. This is a very good weapon, but this is going to be a video kind of going around the underrated guns, which is why I included up front. But for the barrel, you definitely want to go ahead and put on the heavy barrel. This is going to be a good attachment, removing a lot of the recoil this weapon does have. We're improving recoil control, gun kick control, as well as firing aiming stability. Definitely a good attachment to have on this class setup. We are going to rock a muzzle here, and I do recommend running the compensated flash hider on this setup, which is going to be a phenomenal attachment, improving more vertical recoil control, horizontal recoil control, as well as firing aiming stability, and keeping us off the radar for a short period of time. It's a submachine gun. We have to rock some type of flash hider or suppressive variation, because otherwise, what is the point? We are not running an underbarrel on this loadout. Luckily, the HORUS does not need it. The recoil control is going to be very easy and manageable without it. So we have an open attachment slot, which we are going to fill up with the 48 round mag, because the fire rate is crazy fast. This is going to be WSP swarm fast, which is a good thing, because we can go ahead and replace that with this if you guys wanted to. And we also are going to be rocking a stock on the setup. I do recommend going ahead and rocking the Lopper LXD stock. This is going to be a good option, because as you can see here, we are taking advantage of even more recoil control, gun kick control, firing aiming stability, and aim idle sway. This is a nasty attachment on the submachine gun, allowing us to smooth out that recoil pattern and run an other attachment that's not going to be an underbarrel, aka that magazine. And then finally, we are going to be rocking an optic here. I do recommend going ahead and rocking the slate reflector, because we have a bunch of recoil controlling attachments here. We don't want to slow down the ADS even more with the Jack Glassless, so this is going to be a nice option. All we really want to do is open up that optic picture and make it a little bit easier to use at longer ranges, because once you do jump in the firing range, I mean, look how fast this is. We don't have any type of attachment that increased ADS speed, but it's still going to be controllable. and something we can go ahead and use at any and all ranges. The recoil pattern is going to be manageable. There is some recoil with it. It's going to be just like the WSP Swarm, but you guys can see here at close ranges, if you just kind of burst fire it as well at longer ranges and don't let it just completely just go away from you, you are going to be able to destroy people just like you can with the WSP Swarm. There's going to be a nice class setup. For the last class, I do have an MCW build. I know they did nerf this weapon, but we're actually not going to run the traditional MCW. We're going to be running it with the conversion kit, aka the Jack Raven kit, which kind of transformed this into the XM4 from Black Ops Cold War, a run and gun carbine variation. You guys can see it's going to be improving that fire rate, mobility, and handling, damage at close range, and hip fire and tac stand spread. This is going to be a nice attachment to bypass a lot of the nerfs. We are going to be running a stock on this setup. I do recommend running the RB Regal heavy stock here just to bump up a little bit more recoil control, making this as easy to use as possible with that gun kick control, recoil control, as well as tac stand spread. A very, very nice attachment. We are utilizing an optic here. Even though this weapon does not necessarily need an optic, it's just a hell of a lot easier to control it with the Jack glasses, so you really can't go wrong. We already went ahead and bumped up the handling. Let's go ahead and improve that long range performance with more firing, aiming stability, less visual recoil, and obviously a clean optic picture. We are going to rock a barrel on this setup as well. We're going to run the 16.5-inch MCW Cyclone long barrel to go ahead and bump up that long range performance with more bullet velocity and range, aim out of sway, as well as firing, aiming stability. You cannot go wrong with this. This coupled with the Jack carbine kit is nasty because we now have every single kind of range attribute locked in: close range, medium range, as well as longer ranges. And we are going to be going ahead and running a muzzle, which is going to be the compensated flash hider here to keep us off the radar for a short period of time and also bump up some more recoil control at those longer ranges. Once you go ahead and jump into the firing range, you're going to see this is going to be a filthy class because we have now a carbine slash assault rifle that does have a fast ADS. And I mean, guys, it doesn't move. It doesn't move. This is a filthy class setup you guys are going to absolutely enjoy. Overall, great class setups. We have 5 unrated builds as well as 2 meta builds. So if you guys want to check out 2 class setups immediately, something you should definitely give a try, definitely go ahead and run it up with the Ram 9. I don't know why people do not run this weapon. They just buffed it and it is better than the WSP Swarm as well as the Rival 9. And also make sure you guys go ahead and give this SUBVERTER a go. You guys are gonna be blown away how effective this battle rifle really is. So if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those notifications. It's been your boy Ears, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.